Center for Human Security and Peace Building, as well as other civil society groups, say they are ready to support government, engage in constructive dialogue and collaborate on initiatives to prevent further violence between Fulani Herdsmen in the Upper East region, communities in the Upper East region. Now, the groups addressed the media at a news conference in Accra on the root causes of the clashes. Their aim is to foster a culture of peace and unity.
Farmer conflict has existed for long across sub-Saharan Africa. The conflict occurs when a herd of cattle go grazing on farms or trampling on crops in farmlands. Herders and farmers eventually go on a collision course. Efforts to control the movement of cattle herds have not been successful, so the conflicts have persisted. Such clashes have occurred recently among pastoralists and farming communities in northern Ghana. The Fulanis in Ghana say they are unhappy about how they are stereotyped in a country as being lawless and uncivil. According to them, about 120 able-bodied men, mostly Fulanis, have been lynched in the past 6 years on accusations of theft, desecration of lands and murder, which cannot be substantiated. The executive director of Jatike Center for Human Security and Peace Building, Mr. Adib Sani, called on the media to be security sensitive in their reportage.
We call for a comprehensive and inclusive approach that upholds human rights principles, ensures the protection of all citizens, and of course their guests, and promotes peaceful coexistence among different ethnic and religious groups in Ghana.
Mr. Iman Hanafi is the president of the Ghana Association of Cattle Farmers.
It is very, very important that there are bylaws, there are policies established by the government of the country to be able to deal with these issues once and for all.
The National Coordinator for Women in Small-Scale Livestock Breeders, Hajia Adiza Umar, said women and children are seriously affected anytime there are clashes.
As women whose cases become so pathetic after the death of their husband, we wish to plead with the government, civil society organizations and international organizations to come to the aid of the vulnerable women and children in the local communities.
And the General Secretary of a civil society group, Tabital Pulaku International, Mr. Yakubu Musa Barry, says the Fulanis in Ghana are denied their citizenship. He says we must create a society where no group feels marginalized or unprotected. Mr. Yakubu Musa Barry urged government and other stakeholders, including the diplomatic community, to promote reconciliation, social cohesion and justice. He also called for the proactive measures to save the country from violent extremism.
The discrimination being meted to us with our children, whereby our forefathers built this nation. There's no doubt about that. President of Council of Fulani Chiefs was born in the barracks. Me speaking, my father served in the West African Frontier Forces. Also, he was part of the Gold Coast Regiment. But today, I myself been denied citizenship. Our children, grandchildren are being denied citizenship, even at the office. Today, if you go for enlistment or even a work in enlistment and you pronounce that you are a Fulani, make sure you don't go there. Except you mention your name, you are Kwame or Kofi. If you go to the passport office of any establishment like the NIA, your interview will be far different. And this is very serious that we have to call the attention of the government. The discrimination, where it is going, is very dangerous. So let's look solutions and find dialogue to communicate with us.